I've got to make this quick. I'm going to be testing all of this stuff right here. Is showing you exactly what I'm going to do today. Yes, we're going to test, the size comparison with this caliper and compare the phone itself, the iPhone 15 Pro Max, with the MagBak to see how much case you're actually getting. And also we're going to test the magnetic strength that this MagBak also has with one of my favorite accessories right here. And this is the PoPSocket Wallet. It's got one of the better magnets that you could possibly get on any accessory. And I will be testing the pull strength from the side and the pull strength when it's being pulled away like this. I'm going to do also a grip test on this, and this is the best way I have found out so far. I'm going to be testing it like this. I'm going to lift the phone up and I'm going to test to see how many inches it takes exactly before the phone actually falls. For example, this one right here, starting at 8 inches on the board. You guys can see this from above. I'm gonna put the ruler right at 8 inches also. So the case that I have on here right now is actually the Supcase, and it's actually a pretty grippy case. I really like the feel of this case, so this will be a good example. And we'll see how high it can go before it starts to slip. You can still see, hopefully. And I'll put my finger right there. And that's where it was when it stopped. And we were at 9.5 inches. Perfect. And it's going to vary sometimes because the rate at which you lift this thing up varies also, right? But nonetheless, you will get in the ballpark of about 1 inch in difference. So let's go ahead and take a look at this MagBak case and see what this thing's all about. It says protect your phone, mount it anywhere. What is MagBak? Well, it has a mag stick included, and these phones or these accessories are actually aimed at somebody that owns a Tesla. They have a lot of accessories for people that own Teslas. It gives you one mag stick included and a Magsafe compatible case. It has 22 embedded magnets, 360 drop protection, 6 feet drop tested, soft touch grip all around, supports wireless charging, quick mount with auto alignment, a minimalist design, and low profile mag stick. You can mount this to any metal surface and you can mount it anywhere else with mag stick. So that's the mag stick right here. World's thinnest mount. All right, let's see what this is all about. So it's got a nice presentation here. There's a piece of metal on the inside and I assume a magnet right here, and it allows it to stay in there and not open up. So if I hold the sides, it doesn't want to open up very easy. So you got to pull it a little bit to be able to release that. You can see that I have been using this case. This thing is basically just a silicone feeling case, and it is basically TPU. The back is flexible as well. It does have some air pockets in the corners for a little bit of drop protection. Okay, the corners actually do protrude out a little bit, and so it does feel like it would offer fairly good drop protection. The ports are cut out really well, but the problem with this one right here, some cables are a little bit too big to fit in here. If you have the stock charging cable, it's gonna work just fine. You have the MagBak logo right here and MagBak here at the bottom, and that all gets covered up with this accessory right here. The wallet is actually really nice. I've been using this with the case, and it actually is held together really good. It does have a true leather smell. When you first get it out of the box, it's going to be magnetically held together right here at the top. So you can kind of pinch it right here a little bit to put your cards in there. It's fairly easy to get them out on the top there. But the one thing I wish it did have, this right here actually is bent because sometimes I forget that you can't push it from the bottom like you can on the PoPSocket. You just simply push it up just like that. So it works actually a little bit better. You can easily get 4 cards in here, and also you can get 4 cards, maybe even 5 cards in here. And if you try to cram those cards in there, it's going to be fairly tight, but leather does stretch, so it will eventually stretch. And this right here also enables you to hold it like this. But the problem with this is the fact that when you do hold your phone, it wants to fall like that. One more time, it will fall just like that. Whereas with this, you can kind of put your fingers in there and it stays just like that, and you have full reachability, right? With this, it's not that way. So when it falls like that, it makes it to where your thumb isn't really reaching the bottom of the phone very easily. So you kind of have to go like this to adjust up, and then you can reach because you're holding it like that. I guess you could use your index finger or your index finger and do it that way as well. But for me, I feel like my middle finger is actually a little bit more sturdy, maybe a little bit stronger. So it kind of works better on that. This little accessory sticks better to this case than it does to another case that has MagSafe built in. Whereas this one sticks to this equally as well as another case. So there must be something going on with the magnets on the bottom here. There's probably a magnet here and some here and maybe one on top that's allowing it to adhere. It holds on to that case really well. And one cool thing about this is you can mount it and put it like this, or you can turn it on its side and do that. Lift it up like this just a little bit and it wants to instantly close every single time. So, and boom. And also mount it like that if you wanted to. Yes, you can flip it around if you had to. You can put it in this orientation as well. And on the bottom, for some reason, if you wanted to do it like that, I guess you could. Here is the magnet that they offer you. You can buy more of these if you would like on their website. This will mount to your car. So you could do 2 mounts. I'm assuming you don't really need to because this thing is very strong. So you can mount it like that as well. Or you could also do it like this. Is there any chance that you can possibly clean this off? Let's see how much dirt I removed. Doesn't seem to be coming off. I believe the dye that is on here transferred over to the case. So 3.16, John 3:16, interesting. For Christmas time, it's suiting. 0.45, 0.14. You're gonna get an added thickness of 0.18, 6 1/4 inches, 6 1/8. So you're adding 1/8 of an inch, but putting the case on your phone here. 3.02 on that, through 16. So that's 0.14 inches, 76.6, 80.4. So again, 80.5, 80.6. So this one's gonna feel pretty good in the hands. Fairly slim, but yet protective case. I think it's gonna do good. Good idea of what this looks like here. So the blue definitely looks good with the blue. It'll look good with titanium. It would look good with black. I don't think it's gonna be an issue either way. It's a tight fit right there with that charging port. The cutouts for the speaker and the microphone are perfect. And these buttons are ultra clicky. Go ahead and get a test on that. And it's almost a little bit too easy to press it sometimes. Actually, I would rather have that than really hard to press. And they have this button here covered. Let's go ahead and test to see if this will charge through the case with MagSafe. Yep, wirelessly charging through the case. And the hold is actually pretty good. And if you guys are curious about this, this is ESR. It comes with a kickstand, so you can charge and watch at the same time. It's a good alternative to spending more money on the actual MagSafe charger that Apple sells. So we're gonna do a pull test like this first, and then we're gonna do a pull test like this, like I was saying before. No pull right now, it's zeroed out, okay? And so let's see how much force it takes to be able to get this thing off of here. Let me tell you first in advance, anything that is around 3 is pretty good hold, and it's gonna be just fine. 3 pounds, that is. I would already say this is a good case for MagSafe. All right, so we went beyond 3, that's for sure, okay? So the hold on that is going to be just fine for you. But let's go ahead and do the other pull. If you're taking it out of your pocket, you don't want it to be pulled off when you're taking it out of your pocket, and you don't want it to slide off when you're holding your phone, just like this. So that's mainly when you're going to be needing this, is when you're in this orientation. So that's the most important and usually the strongest pull. So like I was saying, anything over 3, around 3 is going to be decent. It's going to be pretty good. Anything over that is just icing on the cake. Anything around 8 pounds is probably going to be a difficult accessory to have to deal with, because pulling it off of there all the time, it's going to break your accessory after a while, most likely. We're at 5.2. I would say this is still good. It's amazing. 5.8. About 6 pounds right there is what I saw. So plenty of strength on this. This one, it has a nice grippy surface right here, and that's why I recommend this, but you can see all the magnets in there. PoPSocket did something amazing with this accessory here. I'm going to compare it to something like the Supcase, and I'll show you. I don't know how they got these magnets in there. There's not a whole lot of space in there. If you can see that, there's not a lot of space. But nonetheless, I don't want to talk it up too much. You can see right there how like just wanted to jump on. It's like, okay, cool, let's go to work. It's zeroed out, okay? One of my favorite cases, by the way, the Supcase Unicorn Beetle. If you are wondering if you should get it, yeah, you should get it because it's so cheap. And it's a case that you should have along with another case that is your favorite. So 5.22, somewhere around there. And this one as well. Yeah. I don't know what it was, but it was probably around 9, and it was a pain to get that off of there without feeling like I was going to break something. And even the scale didn't like it. I've already shown you before that this thing will fall at about 9.5 inches. The MagBak case. Let's see what the grip test is like in that. It's kind of hard to understand why you like something. That's why this is so interesting to me and fun, is because it helps validate my feelings of all these products. We're at 8 right there. This is my first time really, testing it like this, using this kind of test. So I'll have to get an idea of what is actually, the best as far as grip goes when I lift this. So I'm gonna stop lifting when it starts to fall. It's sliding a little bit. There's some sliding. It's holding on really good. Now this is after I've cleaned the device, okay? So this is maximum potential. Oftentimes it's gonna be a little bit dusty, so we'll take away from the grip a little bit, or it could add to it depending on what kind of dirt or whatever's on it. So it started to fall at 6 3/4 about. But that doesn't mean that this is not good, because the feeling of the case altogether is different from the Unicorn Beetle. And that's what's cool about it, is if you want that silicone kind of soft feel, this is the case you want to go with, because it's still somewhat grippy, but has a nice feeling to it. I'm sure you guys are curious about Supcase and the reason why I'm comparing it. Well, if you want to know more about it, I'll leave a link in the video here. Also, there'll be a link to any of the accessories that I've used in this video in the description down below, of course. And my name is Mike. This is Something Mobile. My goal in this channel is to help you find the right phone, case, and face to fit your life and style. Hopefully I've done that here today. Yes, I recommend getting MagBak. If you like it, it's pretty awesome, especially if you've got a Tesla. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Have a Merry Christmas. Take care. Bye.